And welcome back, guys, to FTB Infinity Expert mode. So today, what are we going to do today? First, I think we're going to sleep, because I think it's about nighttime. No, not quite yet. Okay. Ooh, that is loud. We need to fix the volumes again. Good enough. Okay. So I started making some more of this living rock over here, because at some point I want to start getting into some Thaumcraft, and we have to use living rock to make the tables that are needed for Thaumcraft. Why are you not letting me sleep? Okay, there we go. We've also got our day blooms over there, which are generating a little bit of mana. Got a decent amount starting to go here. Not a lot yet. Not a lot at all. Okay, you're linked to there. You're linked to the mana pool. Mana pool is good. Okay. Excuse me. So, we've got a little bit of Botania stuff going. I do eventually want to... unselect that. I do eventually want to get into some Thaumcraft, but we're going to do that a little bit later. I've started working on our plants. We're getting quite a few that are starting to gain a little bit of levels. Nothing major yet. I think cotton's going to be the first one to get to all 10s, maybe? Either cotton or hemp, which is good, because we do need to make our heavy sieve, so we can start doing the compressed gravel and things like that through our sieve. So right now we are just using this regular sieve still. The other thing I want to start working towards is going to be the tool forge. So for a tool forge, we need to get some dense refined iron plates. In order to get dense refined iron plates, we need a compressor, and we need steel plates. To get steel plates, we need a metal former. Or actually, yeah, we can't even do it through... So you either need a block cutting machine or a metal former. Block cutting machine, I think, is kind of expensive yet. So, block cutting machine, yeah, and you have to give it various blades, electric motors, which aren't too bad. Advanced machine casing, again, okay, so we need the metal former to get the advanced machine casing to make the block cutting machine. So we're definitely going to need the metal former. So to make the metal former is going to be some copper cable, which is easy enough. You make these with the cutters, and a copper plate. Copper plate we make with the forge hammer, and then a piece of iron. The basic machine casing, which is one of these iron chipsets surrounded by iron plates. Again, we can make those with the hammer, but once we get done making these, we won't ever have to use double the amount of ingots to make plates again. To get this iron chipset, that's going to be the expensive one, because we need these assembly tables. So to make an assembly table is fairly cheap, where it's just obsidian, which we have a generator now, diamond gear, which is diamonds around a gold gear. Diamonds are pretty easy to get with the Ex Nihilo mod, and a piece of redstone. Again, super easy to get, nothing expensive there. But for the assembly cable to work, we need lasers. And to get lasers, we need these diamantine electron tubes. Diamantine electron tubes is 5 diamonds, 2 redstone, a piece of glass inside the thermionic fabricator. Thermionic fabricator is a sturdy casing, a gold chest, some gold, and glass. The gold chest is either a silver chest or an iron chest with gold plates around it. Iron chest is a chest with iron plates around it. So we're looking at using a lot of iron here. Also, this sturdy casing, it's a bunch of bronze. So that's not too bad. Okay, I was thinking something different. There's one of the casings that you need a carpenter for. So yeah, this isn't too bad. We can make bronze gears in the smeltery. We need 4 of them, 4 bronze ingots. So we can make this pretty quick. The other thing we need to start looking at is power. So the first type of power that we have, we can either do a steam dynamo or hobbyist steam engine. Actually, might be the one I'm thinking of. So piston, 2 gold gears, 3 pieces of gold, and some glass. Fairly cheap. Produces 20 RF a tick. So that one's not too bad. Commercial steam goes 40, and we already need the assembly table before we can even generate that. So 20 RF a tick right there for hobbyist steam generator. And it uses 10 megabuckets of steam per tick, which means we have to feed it a water source. Each one of the lasers can do 40, so we'd need 2 of those steam dynamos per laser. Not very efficient. We also have the survivalist generator, which is this one here. This generates, it doesn't say how much it generates. Energy output, but is surprisingly efficient and fuel lasts much longer. So that doesn't tell us much either. What about a furnace generator? So furnace generator, nope, need assembly table to make that. So furnace generator is definitely out. One thing I would like to eventually get up to is the water wheels, which need these iron shafts. Iron shaft needs the metal former, so that's out. So we also have solar panels, which these will be probably our next step after water wheels, because you can get up to these ones here, which make 32k RF per tick. Lots and lots of power compared to what we're going to have early game, and they're fairly cheap to make. So glass pane, electrotine, iron, all 3 easy to get there. Solar, thank you. So that's for these. For this piece here is lead nuggets and iron ingot, again super cheap. Steel nuggets, that's going to be a little difficult since we haven't made our blast furnace yet. So since we need steel, blast furnace may be the next step to go. Blast furnace, we need ender pearls, glue, or TNT. TNT, we're going to need gunpowder, which means we're going to need probably to make a mob farm. Mob drops. Yeah, I have no gunpowder. Oh wait, do we have gunpowder? We have gunpowder because we got gunpowder here. No, here. So running dust through the sieve gives us gunpowder. We need a 3x4x3. 9, 18, and 16, 34, but you have to make them in sets of 4, so 36. So 9 pieces of TNT, because you get 4 at a time. 9 pieces of TNT would need 45 gunpowder. We've got 31. So we can make that pretty simply. We need to get a bunch of sand, which again with Ex Nihilo is extremely easy. Where'd that go? Blast furnace. So we need, for the gunpowder, or for the TNT alone, we need 45 of these and 36 sand. That's really easily achieved. Then once we get that, we need another 30. 4 times 9. So another 36 sand there. So we're up to 72 sand. Again, that's not overly hard. We need a bunch of these bricks, which we get. Easiest way would be, well, the only way would be grabbing some clay. So it's 4 clay for 1 brick. We need 36 bricks, so times 4 would be 144 clay balls. Again, not hard. We actually have some clay already from what we made earlier. So yeah, let's go ahead and make our blast furnace first. I think that'll be our first step. We got 31 gunpowder right now. We need... Do I have any dust already made? I do not. I do have some sand though. And we have a hammer here somewhere. Had a hammer. I put it in my tool chest. Tool chest, there we go. Ooh, we've got a couple of these compressed hammers. So that means I can grab another stack, and actually we'll put half of that back. Okay, so now we'll take this and compress it all down. And get a bunch of dust. And we'll throw the rest of that sand back. We'll come out here and nerd pull up. And we're getting 9 at a time as we're breaking these. So that's giving us quite a bit of dust. We should end up with 2.5 stacks of dust when we're done. Run that through the sieve. That should give us just enough gunpowder for what we need. Plus the sand that we have in the chest should be enough sand for what we need. So we'll just have to come out and make a little bit more clay. And we're going to go ahead and sleep while it's nighttime. I also need to make a chisel and make this room look a little more presentable. Put like a normalized floor in here. Make it look all fancy and stuff, I think. So, we're going to do our dust. And I actually want to take our gunpowder and put it here just so I can see how much we're getting. 45 is the magic number. So once we have 45 gunpowder, we're good. And we're going to pick up a lot of other things too. Probably should deposit some of this stuff. So that's our tool chest. We'll deposit our hammers. Deposit anything that's a tool that we're not actively using right now. That should be good. Let's do this. Not getting a lot of gunpowder out of these. What's the spawn rate of this? Oh, we can also get it from 4 sulfur. So if we do end up with any sulfur out of this, we can make gunpowder. Sulfur, niter, we're not going to get niter. Saltpeter, we're not going to get saltpeter. Yeah, again, saltpeter, not going to get it. Okay, so sieve, gunpowder, 7% drop isn't too shabby, but it really looks like we're going to get quite a bit more other stuff. Bee products, mob drops. So sulfur would be the other thing. So we are getting quite a bit of sulfur, and I think we have some over in that chest. So for every 4 sulfur, we can get another gunpowder out of it. That might be enough to push us over what we need. I really need to make an auto hammer, auto sieve system here pretty soon. Once we have that, we won't have to stand here and sieve stuff anymore. We just feed power into it, put a chest that feeds it, and let it go. I actually want to do a nice system where we get pretty much it runs everything through the sieve, dirt, gravel, sand, dust, stone. I'm going to have sieves, automated sieves for everything once we get everything set up. I can't believe we haven't got one gunpowder yet. And let's put away some more of these tools. Tools. We even count those as tools. Oops, that's not a tool. Those as tools. We'll keep our food on us. Do we have sulfur here already? We do. That's gold, blaze, dust. So let's do our sulfur now and see what that gives us. Nothing. So apparently we can't use sulfur dust, we have to actually use sulfur. Fertilizer, different types of pyrithium, need niter for that, need gunpowder for all that. Okay, so yeah, that sulfur's not going to give us anything. Well, it's worth a shot. Okay, back to our sieve. So at this rate, I think we're going to have to make some more, and I'll probably have to do some more of this off camera. Mob farm probably would have been the quickest way, but it takes time to build a mob farm, and I don't know where I'm going to put one yet. I do have a design, and it's actually, we've got a decent mob farm right now over in our Skyblock series that uses fans. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know if this is going to air before that episode will air. But I think I even want to add to that one a little bit and use spikes as the killing method. However, for spikes, yeah, I know I'm jumping around a lot today. Not gold, diamond. So diamond spikes, we need blocks of diamond, so that's expensive. Diamond swords, which that's not as expensive, but so the gold spike, we need to make these magical woods, which needs an enchanting table, so we can make enchanted books. Gold, bookshelf. Most of that's fairly cheap to get, other than the enchanted books. Liquid XP into a fluid transposer. That would actually be not too bad. That's an interesting way to make books. And then we also need these iron spikes. Iron spikes is a block of iron with iron swords. We might even just start off with iron spikes to begin with, because we can get a lot of iron quickly. And make iron spikes pretty cheap. So iron spikes, yeah, one iron spike makes one gold spike, which makes one diamond spike. So it is a complete progressive now. You used to get like 4 for each recipe, I believe, before expert mode. And it wasn't as progressive from what I remember. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. We can work our way through that. For what I want to build, I would need 9 iron spikes. We would also need I'd want to use something like a vacuum chest or a vacuum hopper. All this, and I've only got 1 gunpowder so far. Wow. So how do we make the vacuum chest and vacuum hopper? So vacuum chest, pulsating crystal, diamantine, pulsating iron nuggets, signalarium. Pulsating iron is ender pearl and iron. Yeah, we're not going to get the vacuum chest anytime soon with these end pearls needed. Now, once we get the mob farm going, we could probably get those fairly quick. Again, end pearl, you need an eye of ender plus a blaze powder. Blaze powder is easy enough to get. In fact, we have a whole chest full of it. The ender pearl, yeah, the ender pearl is, if we can get one ender pearl, we can make this vacuum hopper. Because obsidian's easy to get, hopper's easy to get. And we could just throw a vacuum hopper by the iron spikes that will get us everything we need to get. So I'd be okay with that, using a vacuum hopper. So if this starts taking too long, which we're already at our 20-minute mark, so I think it's going to, we're not going to get the amount of gunpowder I was hoping to get to make this. So I think I might go ahead and, where do we want to put this? So yeah, as you notice, we already got quite a bit of blaze powder, so that's easy enough to get. Glowstone, powdered tin, powdered gold, steel. Ooh, powdered steel. We can actually make some steel out of that for a couple things that we need. Now, I do still want to get the blast furnace, because it is definitely going to be a necessity, because we're going to need a lot more steel than just that little bit that we're getting from the dust. Let's see, where do we want to put our mob farm? I've been doing a lot of terraforming already, which I'm okay with. I don't mind knocking down a hill if it's going to have a benefit later. Mob farm, we want to make sure that we're going to be 24 blocks away from it is normal, but we don't want it more than what's the max distance? 64 blocks, something like that. So we want it more than 24, but not more than 64 blocks away. Unless we put it up in the air or something like that. How far back does this little hill go? We can probably knock down this little bit of a hill here. And, oh, now I'm finding all kinds of mystical white flowers. Probably knock down this little chunk of a hill right here and put our mob farm back here. I think that might be a good area. I'm not expecting a super high spawn rate, since we do have a ravine underneath this grassland area. And let's sleep. There's no distinct cut of a hill on this one, so I'd kind of have to form something, which isn't too bad. I can work with that. But yeah, I think we're gonna put a mob spawner over here off camera. We definitely have enough cobblestone going now that I don't have any worries of cobblestone for it. I do want to make our chisel. See, we've got that full of cobblestone. This is full of cobblestone. That's full of cobblestone. We've got more cobblestone than we know what to do with. In fact, we're going to fill this back up because we're getting a lot of obsidian. Eventually I want to put a drum right there and collect some of this lava. Drum requires iron plates as well, so those are still kind of expensive yet. Coming soon. So yeah, we've got plenty of cobblestone. I'm just going to chisel the cobblestone, make it look somewhat fancy, and we're going to terraform that little mountain, hill, whatever, off camera, and just have another little segment there that we're going to put our mob farm. And I think we're going to use these iron spikes to begin with. How much iron do we have? Not so much. I do have these iron ore berries that I can start getting some stuff processing though. Block of tin. I don't think there's a copper spike, is there? What all do we have for spikes? We've got wood spikes, which don't do crap. We've got iron spikes, which are the only ones that don't need the wood spike as a base. Diamond needs wood. Magical wood, or gold rather, needs magical wood, because diamond needs gold, gold needs iron. So iron's going to be the cheapest ones we can make. And they do 6 attack damage. They also will kill a mob, whereas the wooden ones won't. Wooden ones will just leave them alive, down to 1 heart. And then I don't think we get... I think we get experience, but we don't get extra drops. Gold, we get extra drops, but we don't get experience. And diamond, we get both, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I'll look it up and double check. And I'll either put it in the description below, or we'll bring it up next episode as we're putting the mob farm in. But I think iron's going to give us some experience as well. So we are going to want a drum to put that in. So we need... So for 9 of these, we're going to need 27 iron blocks. And then 27 iron swords. That is going to get fairly expensive, but the rate of return is going to be worth it. I definitely think that's going to be our way to go. So, we're starting to get a little bit more gunpowder. $34. You guys notice the number of dust jumping up there. I'm just hitting R to resort my inventory every so often. That's part of inventory tweaks. So yeah, not exactly an exciting episode, but I did reveal some plans that we have for the next episode. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here. We are going to cut it a little bit short today while I do some more trying to grab gunpowder and do some more terraforming and get our mob farm going. And then once we have that, it should be pretty smooth sailing getting all the resources that we need to make the items for the rest of the game, because everything else kind of builds off of those other pieces. So thanks everybody for watching. If you do like the episode, please leave us a like. Remember to share with your friends and subscribe to get the newest, latest, and greatest videos. When we come back, I'm probably going to have this room redesigned a little bit and look a little bit nicer. And I will have our terraforming done over there and the mob farm at least started. I don't know if it'll be finished by then. And I should have enough gunpowder and sand and clay to make our blast furnace so we can start getting some steel. So hope to see everybody next time. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch everybody later. Bye.